Hey everyone, today's video is all about the question, do Mormons have to wear garments all the time? There's a really good answer for that, and we're going to get into it.
I promise that as you ponder what you study, the windows of heaven will open, and you will receive answers to your own questions.
Many of us we've traveled places, we've gone to concerts, we've gotten t-shirts. We do that, well, I do that, so I can remember the good times, the great memories, the place that I love, the artists I love. It's just a reminder, right? So there are a lot of things like that in our culture, in our society. For example, we often exchange wedding rings when we get married to remind us that we're married and to remind us of those commitments that we have made. There are things like white coat ceremonies for doctors and pharmacists. They get this white coat when they finish school and they're ready to start practicing, and just a reminder of the commitments that they have made to people's health and well-being. We have things like academic robes that we wear at graduation that shows that we committed to something like an education and we followed through with it. There are team jerseys, there are military uniforms, there are things like friendship bracelets. In the 80s we had these really cool necklaces, and I've seen them since, but it was like best friends in a heart, and then it was split, and then you give your best friend one. It was a reminder like, this is my best friend, we're best friends. All of these things are just reminders that we have made a commitment, or it's a reminder about our identity, or it's a reminder about a really great time. Many of you have heard about LDS or members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints wearing garments. There are some pretty funny names that are thrown around with that. There are some myths and legends about the LDS garments. My favorite one is when people call it magic underwear. So that's my personal favorite. Really, garments for us are just reminders, just like those concert t-shirts, just like all the other things we've talked about in this video, wedding rings. They're a reminder of covenants we've made, which are commitments to God. They're a reminder to us of our identity and our purpose in life, as well as our relationship to God and Jesus Christ. As for when we wear our garments, yes, we wear them all the time. They really are underwear. They're not magic, but they are still underwear. And just like other people hopefully wear underwear most of the time, we also wear our underwear most of the time, except for the times when it's obviously not reasonable to wear underwear. The answer to that question is, yeah, Mormons or members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints wear their garments all the time, except for things like, swimming and showering and things like that, where nobody usually wears underwear. In order to wear garments, you have to have gone through the temple. You have to go to the temple, make those commitments, which we call covenants, with God. We make promises to God. He makes promises to us. That's called a covenant. And then we receive garments as a reminder of that covenant that we made in the temple. So we see this reminder every single day when we put on our underwear. That's still not magic, but it is a reminder. It's sacred. It's symbolic. And so anyone who has been through the temple and made those covenants will receive that garments. And they are also given guidelines. When we receive our garments, we're giving guidelines about when to wear them. And it basically just says, wear them all the time, unless it's unreasonable to wear them, and make sure that when you've taken them off, put them back on as soon as you can. Just think of it as regular underwear that is very symbolic. To help you understand why members of the church might choose to make those covenants and commitments in the temple and therefore wear garments for the rest of their lives, I interviewed some of my good friends who have chosen to do that. And here are some things that they said. One of my friends said that it's a constant reminder that she's doing life with Jesus. She's not alone. Another of my friends said that they feel more complete when they're wearing them. This is something that they've committed to, and they're happy to fulfill their end of the commitment. One of my other friends said that it's a reminder to her of the strength that she receives by living her life close to Jesus Christ, having that relationship with him, and that she wants him to be with her all the time. Another one of my friends said how important it is to her every day when she puts on her garments that she's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to be more like Jesus Christ today. So these are just some of the reasons that members of our church would choose to make those commitments and the covenants in the temple, receive the garments, and then faithfully wear them. The promise is that if we uphold our end of the deal, that God will uphold his end of the deal. We'll have extra strength, we'll have blessings. So while yes, they are underwear, they are symbolic, and they do remind us of those commitments and covenants that we have made in the temple. So hopefully that answers your question about Mormon garments and if we have to wear them all the time. If you have more questions, or if you're more curious about things that members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints or Mormons do in the temple, check out this video about, do Mormons have to get married in the temple?